Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're gonna put some poly bushings on our Civic. So those are the bushings and all the tools we need. So those are the bushings. I already opened them. That's what they look like. That's the grease that come with it. And those are all the tools we need. So screwdriver, pry bar, hammer, grinder with a cutting disc and a flapper wheel, ratchet and extension, and a 12 mil, 14, 17, and 19. We'll need something flat, like a flat piece of metal. I found an old brake pad from my Volvo from a back. That works pretty good. And then we'll need a C-clamp. I welded this angle iron to it. You can manage it without welding, but you'll need an extra set of hands. And I was doing it by myself, so I am doing it by myself. And when you're doing it by yourself, you'll need a strap. And to have a impact gun is nice, but you can do it without it. So we'll start on it, and first of all we'll jack up the car and take the tire off. So we gotta take those two bolts off, and then the two right here. Where is it? Yeah, that bolt and the one on the other side. So yeah, this one. Those are 17s, and those are 14s. And this is a bushing. As you can see, it's cracked. It will come out pretty easy, I think, but we'll see. And once it's out, I'll show it to you even more. I got it out. I put the ratchet strap on. Now it's pulling it down. Yeah, it's undone over there. Now it's time to get this bushing out. It's actually not as broken as it could be. It might be a little bit of a struggle to get it out. The inside is out. We have to get this rest of the rubber off, because we'll need to reuse this metal piece, and we have to get the rest of it out.
Medium weekend. Peculiar imagination and selective memory. We've replaced all the ugly with folklore imagery. We've replaced all the monsters with princesses and chivalry. Gone to a place with low light and low density. The type to cut up a flower and stick it in your kitchen. More like the type to slice your finger cutting a fresh picked lemon. Misplace the blame. Forget all responsibility. Medium weekend. Eyes wide. Pretend. Medium weekend. Eyes shut. Breathe in. You're not my friend. You're not my friend. I'll take back that spare key. Blissfully lost my problems during 2 days of festivities. Blissfully left the real world using pill form make-believe. Went to a place with high contrast that was new to me. Full dynamic range with 3 preset combinations. Helpful in low light or when traveling without a destination. I dislike the truth. Forget all responsibilities. When using the camera, do this or use these. Sensitive to temperature, check the subject's luminosity. Sensitive to criticism, be gentle, I just might leave.
Since we're reusing this, you'll have to take the bushing off. The best way was to use a screwdriver and a hammer and just try to hammer it out. And as you saw in the time lapse, I grinded some of it, and it's quite time consuming, but it needs to be done. And the next part is to install the bushing. I cleaned out as much as I could, and it has to be really clean so you have less problems putting a new one in, and any bump or anything will give you a problem installing it. But I'll go with the sandpaper and try to scuff it a bit more, and then I'm gonna be installing bushing. The next step is lube. You want to lube it up as much as you could, because more lube is better, and it's gonna go in easier. And yeah, it's important to get those edges, and I'll put some inside of the control arm too. And then I'll set up my tool. It's hard to see here. Anyway, I got some in there. I'll spread it evenly. Here's what my tool looks like. As you can see, there is my brake pad, the bushing lined up, and you can see the angle iron going to there, because it needs to be flat with the control arm. Now we'll just start screwing it in. The bushing is in. The main part is to line up straight. It can be hard at times, but once you get past the first leap, it's gonna go in. And don't freeze it, because freezing it makes it brittle and it doesn't flex. Just try to get it in. It can be hard, can be challenging, but if you use a lot of lube, if your surface is clean, it makes it way easier. And it can be really hard to get the old bushings out, but it's doable. It just takes time. And I have to put it back together, put those two bolts on, and put the metal piece in, and bolt it all up. It's just 4 bolts, and it's gonna be ready to roll, and it's gonna make your car a little bit stiffer, but it's gonna provide a good ride comparing to those old worn bushings, and it's gonna last for a long time as well, probably longer than the car. But yeah, that's okay. And yeah, we'll just put it all back together and enjoy the ride. It's all back together. All the bolts are tight. You can see the new bushing here. And it's time to put a wheel on and do the other side. I'm not gonna show it in such detail. I'll just should probably show that it's done. And yeah, it's gonna be riding pretty smooth. I have to change the control arm with a ball joint up front, and it's gonna be a really good car. And as you remember, I did the quarter panels here, and that's what it looks like now. It's a little dirty because it's went for a few rides already. And yeah, I finally got this side in. This is what it looks like. and I just have to put the bolt back together, and it's gonna be really nice again. I just gotta, yeah, put it all together. Insert this. It's fairly easy. Just hammer it in a little bit, and yeah, put it all back together. We're gonna be replacing this top control arm. First things first, take the cotter pin off, take the castle nut, and then hammer it to get it out. As you can see, I undid the nut, and now I popped it off as well. Just a few love taps on this side. And the next part is to undo it from here, from inside the car. I undid the battery already, so I can get access. And the other one is here. There's quite a lot of access, so that shouldn't be a problem. So I'll undo those. The castle nut was a 17, and I'm not sure what the top one's yet. Probably a 14. I got those bolts out. They're 14 millimeters, and you have to loosen the airbox because it's too long to come out from there. And the control arm is loose. Here we go. Got it out. Time to put a new one in. It's the same process, just backward. The new control arm installed. The control arm is back in. The cotter pin is in. Then the top bolts are in. The airbox is in. Everything is good to go except the battery. Just gotta put that in, and it's in the wheel, and it's ready to go. And I really suggest tighten up the top bolts under load, because if you don't, it's gonna wear prematurely. The car is finally done. We found some nicer wheels, so we put those on instead of the regular steelies. The car looks better. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to my channel, and have a good day.